All right, so today's video, we are watching a Diamond Illari. They actually, believe it or not, hit top 500 this season, and they've fallen all the way down to Diamond. They were in GM5 last season, and they want to figure out how they can rank up to get back to the level they were playing at. So let's find out. I feel like, especially if you're going to play a Illari, you're going to have to find a little bit more of that damage output. A lot of Illaris I've been having in my games are like, you won't be able to keep up with the heals a ton, but your damage output alone can actually help a lot, so I want to see where your balance is with this. I want to see the balance of what you're doing, because you end up doing what you're doing right now, where you just sit there and only heal your team. Yeah, you might run into an issue. You might run into an issue, because, like, yeah, there you go. We'll see. Yeah, quite the start, I'd say. We'll see what happens. Damage output's good. Good to see. Good job using your AoE there. I mean, AoE as in, like, your boop. Now I'm seeing more of that damage output. This is good to see, by the way. This is what I was talking about. Shoot the Pylon. Nice shot. This is much better, by the way. Oh, that shield was good. No! Okay, that was a much better second point for you, though. Like, understanding that you need to do more damage output. Illari's in the spot where, like, you have to do damage. Well, like, you'd have Zen comps, where, like, the Zen is going to heal you, but you can't really rely on it fully. And you have to play a little bit differently. I feel like it's kind of the same way that you're seeing with Illari. Currently, at least. With a little bit more healing output. Oh, I mean, Illari's ultimate is, like, a 10 times better pulse bomb. Tough start so far. We'll see. Wait for it. Yeah, Brock. Oh, that's a good ult right there. Good reaction, by the way. Don't worry, you're good. Now tell me that isn't a better pulse bomb. When does it explode? After a threshold of damage. So if you have a Illari on your team who ults and you see somebody who has the animation above, like, that you can see when they have the ult on them, shoot them. It's based off of how much damage they take. So it helps your Illari. So shoot at the amount of damage. Like, shoot at the people who have that right there. See, like, the Sojourn who had that on them? That will help your teammates, and it will enable the ultimate to pop off. There's just something about the Illari using the ping system right here. Trying to get the teammates to fall back, and the Orisa's like, are you kidding me? Fall back? If anything, you should be up here with me! Which, by the way, you should probably be up there right now if this will not go well if you stay back here. I'm telling you right now, you need to commit with your... Okay, so I talk about this all the time. At a certain point, you need to play at the pace of your teammates if your teammates decide they ain't going to listen to the call-up. You're better off just sitting up there with your Orisa and keeping them alive than falling back and letting the other team just stagger you out. Because the other team is low on ults, too. So, like, you're going to have to use ults here to even win this, or you're just going to get staggered. Nice shot. I don't know why that soldier decided to flank there. That was a play. Up beside him, thanks to the 2 months of the Preach Master. Morning to you.
Good morning, mate.
Yep. And you haven't noticed, ever since you got, like, snowballed there, look what happened. Your team got rolled. Rather than having you just, like, back up away from, like, your Orisa who's close there, you all backed up. Your Orisa's like, I ain't pushing up. Listen, you want to ping and tell me to back up? Yeah, right. We're going in further. Play the game. I want to point out that was a 1 second, or sorry, about a 3 second difference of you not being there. Not saying that you would have been here to help your team, but you just that play until the round is going there. You can still come back there. You had time. Said you were typing or something, getting mad at your Orisa for playing too aggro. You know, a lot of people who were running further, if you ask them to fall back, why don't you ask them to run in further? Maybe they'll fall back. Maybe that's the strategy. Am I sure I picked the correct game? What do you mean? This is a diamond game. This player was in top 500 this season, and now they're in diamond. So they're trying to figure out what they can do to get back into top 500. Pylon location isn't bad. Kill the pylon. Kill the pylon. Listen, you play a Yari. It very much seems like a Yari's your go-to character. There's a pylon standing in front of you, and you're not shooting at the pylon. Kill their pylon. You'll win the 1v1 after that. When are they officially changed in, like, the Prime sub stuff in general? Is it, like, beginning of May? Wonderful. You know, it's so hard to say because you said you want to get back into top 500, but I feel like right now you need to make some playstyle adjustments before that's going to happen. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, that's a good play. Like, that right there is a great play, a good reaction, but then I see, like, oh, actually, I say a great play, you went for the Moira. But, like, it feels like you just very much want to go into, like, heal bot mode on your Orisa, and then when you play aggressive, you make good plays, but then you end up going back into heal bot mode, and then, like, it turns into, like, this issue. Like, I feel like you have the right idea at times, and other times you kind of get stuck in the middle. That was a good play on the Bob. I mean, they didn't work the way they wanted it to, but don't shoot the Bob. Keep in mind, too, like, if you're playing a Yari in current Overwatch, you almost... As I was saying, like, it's almost like you're a Zenyatta in a comp. So, like, if you don't have the correct support line to go with the Illari, sometimes you can struggle a little bit, too. I think, like, earlier you weren't even running the comp that worked. Now you have the Ana, it's a little bit better. But, like, yeah, so. You said I stink? Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, sure. All right, here we go. Nice shot. Well, I think a lot of what the problem is, chat, is the Illari, when the Illari doesn't have to worry about keeping the team alive, is playing well. If you find that as a Illari, you have to just sit there and pocket your tank, what you need to do at that point is you need to start creating angles, and you need to start going to be aggressive and, like, and make it so the other team, if you're doing damage to them, they're going to have less time to just sit there and shoot your Orisa. What you're doing is you're waiting on your Orisa to take a bunch of damage, and then you go into shooting. So you need to start setting yourself up in better spots at the beginning of every team fight and play that style of, like, hey, I have a pylon that will keep me alive. You have to go for me, otherwise I'm going to play this angle and I'm going to shoot at you the whole time. And a lot of the good Illaris that I see in top 500, that's what they do, because they can't keep me alive. Even if I don't take much poke damage, it's really hard for the Illari to do that. So you need to start taking better angles and find spots to get opportunity. You're playing like, I'm going to stick with my tank. My tank is going to take damage. At a certain point, I'm going to go do DPS. You need to lead off with, like, I'm going to start damaging them, and then I'll be able to help my tank. That's a Yari right now because of the current way that healing works. Yeah, exactly. Because they have a lot of dead time where they just sit there and do nothing. That's exactly what it is. When in reality, you want to start creating space. Like, you want to start... Your damage will help create space. And then that's with this hero specifically. It's just hard to, like... It's hard to what you would call heal bottom as an Illari. It just, you don't have the resources to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like right when you go into like aggressive mode, you're like, something like clicks and you start popping off. But every other time in between that, you essentially just do nothing except sit there and heal an Orisa. To give you an idea, they were at GM5 at one point, to the person saying that. They were GM5. You see all this idle time? Rather than set up over here with like a pylon or set up over here with an angle to prevent some of these areas, you were standing on the cart AFK. And this right here is going to be the make or break difference between where you actually climb or where you'll get stuck doing what you're doing, because you said you want to get back into top 500, but you're not going to make those aggressive plays that you'll see in top 500 games. You need to take angles. You need to be set up in a spot. You can always heal your teammates if you need to, and you're going to want to, but like you have the opportunity to set up here and deny any of the space they have. Instead, you stand on the cart, and then you just fall over and over again. With a Illari, especially right now, I want you to think about more of how you would play as like a Zenyatta than you would as like an Ana. All right, what's the play? Yep. That was an ult decision. All right, you were going to win that, but I want to point something out, though. Do you see how much damage you do in those situations, by the way, as a Illari? Like, are you seeing the damage that you're doing? Do that the whole time. Go take high ground. Get off the cart. Go. Up. Top right. Somewhere different. Go somewhere different. No, don't stand there. Just go somewhere. Run. This way. That way. Look at, you have like up here. Heck, go over here. You have, look at these opportunities. You're just sitting on cart. You have a Moira right here. They will take care of your tank. No, their aim has been fine. I'm not worried about the aim. It's what they're doing in between fights. They're just doing nothing. Basically, real talk is, if you want to play like this, you'd be better off going like that BAP on a Moira style comp, because that's how you're playing with that. I think it's just you need to do a playstyle change with Illari, and I think you'll actually see climb. But they just buffed Illari too to make Illari a bit better, and I am seeing success from players who are going more of that like deathmatchy mode with Illari. But you end up just playing low ground. You just sit on low ground, you sit there, you don't give yourself opportunity. And watch this. Oh, I thought you were going to push me. I actually probably would have gotten the limb. Tactical visor. Shoot Bob. My Eco Cult. Thanks for the gifted sub, too. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, you got on the limb. You're not going to keep him alive. At that point, there's no point even heal him. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna be honest with you, like, this is very clear cut on what you need to do as a Illari in general. Like, I think you'll benefit greatly once you watch this back if you just like are able to kind of like absorb some of that information, because what you're doing is you were literally just sitting on the cart and you're not giving yourself any opportunity to make plays. When the plays are there and you have opportunity to make a play, you're doing something, right? Your teammate gets a pick, you don't have to worry about your Orisa as much, you're popping off. You see what I'm saying? You're making plays, you're going in, you're doing this, you're doing that. But everything else, you're not doing anything. So you need to create that opportunity for yourself by taking off angles on high grounds. And I showed you when I drew on the screen there. Make it annoying to get you. Stop trying to just heal bot the tank and sit low ground the whole time. If you're playing Ana BAP Moira, your play style, in my opinion, plays a lot better here. But you need to play a Illari like you're playing Zen. If you do that, it'll be a lot better. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Everyday uploads on there. Also, make sure to leave a comment. All of that helps. So if you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That is where you can submit spectatings and a bunch of other things that videos we do. We also record these live on stream. So if you look below the webcam, you see the Twitch chat. We have a lot of fun here. So stop by. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.